Hello, chess lovers, and welcome back to Chessway. Today, we have a super interesting chess game played by John van der Wiel versus Max Warmerdam. This game was played in March 2019. All right. The game begins with e4 and e5, knight to f3 and knight to c6. Then, pawn to d4. This is the Scotch game, guys. Warmerdam immediately takes the pawn and recaptures with the knight. We continue with bishop to c5, hitting the knight twice. But van der Wiel does not take the knight. Instead, he pulls the knight back to b3, counterattacking the bishop. The bishop retreats to b6, still keeping pressure on the weak f2 square. Then, white plays pawn to a4, with the idea of pushing a5 to trap that bishop. Okay, a6, creating an escape square. And now, white develops knight to c3 with the idea of jumping to d5 later. Black responds with knight to f6, stopping the knight leap to d5 while also developing. Then, Warmerdam plays bishop to g5, pinning the knight to the queen. So the idea of knight to d5 can still be pushed later. Black fires back with pawn to h6, trying to kick the bishop away and remove the pin. The bishop retreats to h4, and black continues with pawn to d6. It looks like a quiet move, but actually, this is where everything explodes. Because now the d5 square is fully available, and yes, white jumps in with knight to d5. And here is the big question. Do you guys know the best move for black in this position? If you know the famous legal trap, well, this position is almost the same. Of course, black plays knight takes e4, sacrificing the queen. Oh my God! Before I continue, the best move for white here is actually queen to h5. After black plays pawn to g5, defending the queen and attacking the bishop, white can play bishop to d3, attacking the knight. The knight retreats to c5, and then queen to e2, giving check. Bishop to e6, knight takes bishop, pawn takes knight, bishop to g3, and queen to e7. The position is still equal, but black is up one pawn. Okay, back to the real game. Van der Wiel accepts the sacrifice and takes the queen with his bishop. But no matter what white plays next, he is getting checkmated in a few moves. Everything begins with bishop to f2 check. The bishop on h4 was supposed to help protect white's king in a situation like this, but it is completely pointless now. The king is forced to e2. Then bishop to g4, check again. The king must go to d3. White can take the queen with the bishop, but that actually only leads to a drawish position. So Warmerdam instead plays knight to e5, check. Wow, he sacrifices again. Forced move, king takes the knight. Then, pawn to f5, check. The king is pushed forward to f5. And the game ends after Warmerdam plays knight to g6, checkmate. Oh my God, what a beautiful checkmate. The game is won by Warmerdam. This is an amazing example of a fully mastered chess trap. Warmerdam completely understands the structure and the pattern behind this idea. Such a fascinating tactical shot. All right, friends, that is all for today's video. I hope this video was fun and useful. If there are mistakes, I apologize. Thank you, chess lovers, and see you tomorrow.